What's up, fam? Welcome to L.U.S.T. Let Us Speak Truth. We have another episode. I'm your host, Nick. We got a couple of new faces in here. What's up? What's up, family? We got Nisha and we got Mr. Rob. Bro.
You really gonna carry me like that?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I know. I see.
Just call me Ro. Just call me Ro for the night. Everybody call me Ro. I'm good with that.
Okay.
Bro, welcome to the podcast, my brother.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. What up, everybody? Peace. All the way from VA.
That's
Niche,
right.
you too. Welcome. We ready for some of that venom?
Yes. No, I got something for you. Don't trip.
I know. I'm already knowing.
Snap. All right, y'all. Today's topic, we're going to talk about starting over after marriage or a long relationship. What does that look like to you?
Who get to start this one off?
Get to start.
Trav.
You know what? I'll start it off.
Hold on, Nisha's going to start. Go ahead, Nish.
Okay. Me and Tony talk about this all the time, and I feel like, because I'm in my 40s, and I feel like me had been married, in a 16-year relationship, a 14-year marriage, at this age, jumping back out into the dating pool, there's certain shit I'm not going to accept. You know what I mean? Because I'm not one of these women that's in their 40s. It's like, oh my gosh, I've never had a man. I've never had somebody to go to sleep with and wake up to every morning and go to Walmart with. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just certain shit. Like I always have him laughing because I say, you're not going to come giving me dick, lies, and carne asada fries and thinking that's about to stake me and keep me. It's not. I mean, it might work for them, but for me, nah, you got to come, So I feel like it's a gift and a curse because there's certain shit that I'm not going to expect. But then at the same time, it's like people look at you like you're being, unrealistic or you're pushing a hard line. But I feel like why your job isn't going to accept subpar performance. So why the fuck should I?
Right. I love that. Dick.
Well, can I ask you a question though?
On this side of fries. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Directly to the lady that was just talking.
Yes.
You said it's certain things you're not going to accept. So what type of dude do you qualify for?
You know what? I'm gonna put it to you like this, and I can elaborate on that. I demand a lot because I'm going to deliver a lot, but I'm also realistic. I'm not going to sit up there. I know y'all seen that meme that goes around on social media. It'd be like she's like, oh, he has to have a 6-pack, 6 figures, drive a Benz, and live in a mansion, and then it'll show you some chick who is not qualified to attract that. So I'm realistic about what I bring to the table, and I want an equal, but at the same time, I put it to you like this: I'm not going to settle for less than what I feel that I deserve. And we're not even talking from an economical standpoint. We're talking from a lot of men want to be an alpha male when they really have beta male characteristics. And I think as a man, you cannot, just because you have a dick and have some money does not necessarily make you an alpha male. I know a lot of punk ass niggas with money and dick and they're punks. You know what I mean? So I think it really comes from, your foundation, your beliefs, your morals, and how you conduct yourself. Because let's keep it a buck, not speaking from all of them, but a lot of men they're little niggas when it comes to their mindset. They think getting pussy and having a lot of women makes them an alpha male, and it's so much more to that. Any nigga can get some pussy,
Speak your truth.
If that's because you have a dick, don't mean you can fuck.
Well, I wasn't gonna go into that, but you are absolutely right.
Hey, we're not talking about the sex, Tanya. We're gonna stay on topic. Hey, they trying to come for us now.
No, but I invite that though. But back to what she said. She said a certain type bread. Man, I take them beta dudes out. How would you get a alpha, a true, take alpha out? How would you get a dude that's about business and stay about business? To stay engaged. To stay engaged.
I believe that as a woman, see, a lot of women think, oh, I'm cute or I got good pussy, I can cook, I can make my booty clap. Oh, that should get a man. No, you have to be a man's piece. You have to know how to nurture a man, and you have to learn how to relate to that man. And you have to be his piece. That's why I hate to say it. It's an unpopular opinion, but that's why I've seen it in so many real life instances. A man will have a woman at home who she could be fine as fuck, you know, whatever, made good money, but he's out there cheating on her with a bitch that don't got shit. And you know why? Because that woman is bringing him peace. That woman is making him feel like a king. But at the same time, I also say, you have to do king shit. You can't just expect me to sit up here and, you know, run your bathwater and treat you and be your be your, you know, your solace and give you my all if you're giving me 10%. How am I going to operate like
okay.
a battery with no charge?
But
Wait. Hold on. Let Rory say something.
I'm shaking my tambourine, y'all. Let me
Yeah.
get my shot right here. My question is, what is the definition of king shit though? You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. That term is really it's really misused and abused.
The same way alpha and beta is
yeah.
used.
Well, queen.
Because if any man, and I'm gonna say this right here, this is just my personal opinion, all the way from the East Coast, right? If a man has to call himself a beta man, or alpha man, I'm sorry, pardon me, an alpha, then he's already lost.
Well,
Your demeanor,
you don't have to identify what's already
right,
understood.
Exactly. Your demeanor, your presence, the way you stand, the way you shirt, your shoulders turn, those things make you those people. The way your actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you start to use those words like alpha and beta and submissive and all those words have been taken out of context. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when you say king things, I just would like to know, what is the description of what a king is supposed to do?
Well, you know what? Okay, you know what? Let me go back on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Me coming from my mother and father were together until I was 14. And then when they split up, my father still never left the picture. But I grew up watching my grandmother and grandfather. They had 9 kids. And and again, that's a whole different time period. But my grandmother didn't work. My grandfather worked and took care of the household outside as far as financially, and my grandmother took care of the household.
So your
inside.
grandfather would be considered a provider, right? He was the definition of a man, right?
Yes.
But one thing I think is lost in translation in that as well. Your grandmother was comfortable with a 2-bedroom apartment with 8 kids in it.
No, she actually wasn't.
I'm saying back in the day, the people that
it
were
was
comfortable
different.
with
It was different.
the work. Because nowadays, provider means 14 bedrooms, 7 Birkin bags, 3 Louis luggages.
That's for somebody that's materialistic. That's for somebody
right.
Yeah, no, that's for somebody that's materialistic. No, I feel like a provider now. Yes, I don't feel like we should have 17 kids and be living in a 2-bedroom with bunk beds. Hell nah. But at the same time, I think people it gets lost. People think that like you said, it's excessive. They confuse. There's a difference between needs and wants and luxuries and necessities. You know what I mean?
Bro, let me ask you a question, bro.
Yes, sir.
I heard what you just said about the Birkin bags, and it's kind of hilarious to me. So, you know, this is for the dudes out there that's watching us tonight. Why would you give her Birkin bags, buy cars, and do those things? And the cat that was before you, he ain't do none of that.
I wouldn't. I mean, personally, I ain't doing it.
That's ridiculous.
I'm not doing it.
She used to eating McDonald's and getting with toothpicks, and you taking her somewhere she ain't never been, and she turn around and still holler at him when the smoke clear.
My answer personally, I'm not doing that.
Exactly, and that's why I salute you, bro. Don't do it.
Can I chime in? Can I chime in right quick?
Go ahead, Tony.
So first of all, I'm gonna reset the room back to the original question, right?
Mm-hmm.
The original question was, if you've been in a long-term relationship or a long-term marriage and you get a divorce or you end this relationship, what does it look like moving forward for another relationship, right?
Right.
One of the things, and I think it's one of the big things that we're missing here, I don't know if we want to get to it or not, and me and my relative, we talk about it all the time. When you have been in a long-term relationship or a long-term marriage, you need a certain amount of time to get that whole relationship out of your system, that marriage out of your system. Because if you go on to the next too soon, you're not going to be able to give the next all of who you are, because part of you is still kind of healing from that last situation. Because you're not in a relationship for 10 or 15 years without giving your all and not giving a big part of who you are to this person. And it's
Well, at least you
unfair to
shouldn't
say,
be. You shouldn't be.
you shouldn't be, but it's unfair to move on to the next person. And you might really even like this person. You might really like this man, you might really like this woman, but for some reason you really just can't give them your all, especially if the last situation ended kind of bad, because now you're kind of leery about, is it going to be all right for me to give my all again? Is this person going to take advantage of me giving my all? So you need to give yourself that time in between. And I don't think people do that. And I think that's one of the biggest.
Well, Tony, that's what I always say. You got to clear last night's dinner dishes for tomorrow's breakfast. You can't move.
And you say that there's a time. So what is the estimated time frame?
I would say at least, yeah, it's different for everybody, but I think it should be at least a year. I don't think no 3 or 4 months after a 17-year or 10-year relationship or marriage that you can say, okay, I'm done with this. Now I'm ready to move on to something more serious.
A year's not even enough.
I think a year is enough.
Well, I said at the least.
Hold on.
At the least. I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let me say something, because divorce and a long-term relationship, once you go your separate ways, is like a debt. So it really depends on the person, because it's like when you get a divorce or or separation, that's like an altering event. Your life has changed. So you can't really say it should be a year. Basically, it should be when that person feels that that person is ready. But before that person get into a relationship, that person needs to know that he or she needs to become reacclimated to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to make sure we get that point across.
What about if you never lose yourself though during your marriage? Because see, me, I always, even though
You
I
lost
gave my
yourself
all,
during
I
17
still
years.
kept certain shit. Like I'm still not gonna lose my identity just because I'm married.
Yeah,
though,
but
you know?
some things you toss to the side though. Go ahead, Lily. I'm sorry.
I just think that it depends on where you're at in the situation. So there's a difference between being, like, if you were married, there's a difference between getting a divorce and being divorced. And there's a difference between getting broken up with and being the one that's doing the breaking up. Because typically if the person that wants the divorce or the person that wants to break up, that person has already somewhere down the line have already mentally broken up with you. So it's easier for that person to move on, but the person that's taking the heartbreak, that's the person that really needs to really sit down, heal, reacclimate themselves before they get back into it. Because especially if there's betrayal or heartbreak or anything of that like significance in that particular relationship. So what it looks like going back out is really getting to know yourself again, and then getting the confidence or the courage to actually put yourself back out there so you can date for you and not date for what you had. You're not looking for the same thing. You want to look for something that I guess better fits you for the mindset that you've grown into, because with breakup comes maturity, right? You go through things, you grow from that, you evolve, and then
get my paper and my pen real quick. I write that down.
and then
Facebook, that's a Facebook quotable right there.
and then you kind of set your feet to where you kind of know what you kind of know what you want or know what you're looking for. So you feel, so when you do find something, you're not settling, or the person that you're with isn't going to remind you of who you just left.
Right.
So
hold on.
I just think that it just comes a lot like that.
Go ahead, Travis.
You ladies are completely delusional, man, and it's sad. Like y'all sitting here.
Oh shit!
Please elaborate on how we're delusional.
Delusional? On Hallmark cards. Men don't feel like that. Most dudes that go through a long-term relationship, get his money back together. He got the fact that his kids are not around him. He's dealing with that. It ain't the fact that lost of you. He worried about his pockets trying to get back straight, upright. He worried about living in his mama's basement. And y'all talking about a damn Hallmark card about what I feel, and if the day comes and I can feel better. That's a bunch of baloney. Just shut up.
Let me ask you this. If you was handling your business during the marriage, then why the fuck are you ended up in your mother's basement? We're not ending up in our mother's basement.
You ain't gonna end up in it. Wait, hold on, Vic, please. You're not gonna end up in the basement because the court system across the United States
Well,
is
I mean,
set
I
up for
don't,
you
I
to
don't, I
win.
don't have any, I don't have any kids, so I didn't have any child support to live off of when I got divorced.
Well, let me ask you a question. When you met him, what did you have when you met him?
What do you mean? What did I have? We grew together, and I continued to grow after I bought too.
After you left, you filed for divorce, right?
Yeah, I sure did.
So you wrecked your own marriage.
No, not that. I mean, that's how you want to put it. I mean, but no, I mean, I gave him my all, and the thing is that I never. My ex-husband told me, I don't want you to work. I wasn't gonna never be one of them women that's gonna sit up there and not work and I have my own. I don't give a fuck what you tell me.
What do you mean work and not have your own though? What do you mean your own?
He told me he did not
combined
want
effort
me to
though.
work.
But you said I would never be the type of woman to not work and not have my own. It's a combined effort.
No.
That's why I think a lot. I think
it is,
I think
but
a lot.
it's
I
not.
think a lot
It
of
is,
women.
but
A
it's
lot of
not,
women
because if you
see.
give somebody the power to feed you, you give somebody the power to starve you, and I'm not going to do
That's a fact. That's a fact. But
True.
what you're saying, but what I'm saying, but the mindset also comes into when you thinking about working, not working for you. Because your mindset, he's not working for him. He's working for y'all. You working for y'all. That's why I think a lot of the problem comes in. Take the hallmark out of it. Right.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
they don't understand
Because
that.
a lot of women, their money is their money, but the man's money is y'all money.
That's what I'm saying. They don't get that.
Hold on.
Not from my situation. My situation.
That's what it is.
Go ahead, Vic.
I'm just telling you what I see.
Go ahead, Vic.
I forgot what the hell I was gonna say.
Because it was wrong. It was wrong. That's why you forgot on something.
Okay, look, y'all. So the sufficient waiting period, everybody has their own preference. There is really no time, right? Okay.
But we all agree that there should be a block of time in between. If you jump right into something, you're probably going to just ruin that, and you're going to just sabotage that situation by thinking, I got to do this to get my mind off of that, even though it's only been a month or two. Right. You know what I mean? It's not going to work.
Most people do that though, Tone. You know, and I would say,
and that's why most people kind of ruin their situation. But go ahead.
I would go off
men
this.
do that.
I know men. One of my good friends, his woman cheated. He left. He jumped right into another relationship. I told him to slow down. That relationship might have lasted a year. They broke up. He jumped right into another one, and he keeps moving these women inside the house. They got kids, and I said, you keep moving these women in the house, and they have kids. You get attached to these kids, and kids are getting attached to you. Why don't you slow down and take a break? Because after I came out of any long relationship, I'm going to be single for about 2 years minimum, and that's just my mark. 2 years, it can be 3 years.
As far as a relationship, or
as a relationship, and not trying to be and not trying to be with a woman like that. So I'm pretty much telling you, look, if this is what it is, I'm dating other women, I'm gonna do my thing, you do yours. I'm very honest with that. And the reason why is because I don't have nothing to give you right now. You know what I mean? I told this one lady, we was at the 94, and she sent some dude up to come get me to introduce me to her. And he said, my homegirl want to meet you. So I went over there and met her. And I told her, I said, Mama, you don't want me? And she said, why? I said, because I'm damaged. I am damaged goods. And that woman looked at me and fell the hell out laughing at me. I said, I'm not playing. I said, I have nothing to give you. But, you know, hard dick and bubble gum. That's pretty much what I had to offer.
You know how real that was, though? How you did her really a solid?
But did
you know people be damaged and go into relationships knowing they fucked up?
Well, you know what? See, it's not that. See, because see, I think we found a lot of wordplay about who did what, and what you just said about whether you was handling your business in your relationship. Well, no, that can't be for everyone, because it can't be for every man. It can't be for every woman. It's because if you handling your business, and I will tell anybody on this planet, if you're dealing with a selfish person, you can give a selfish person the skin off your back and the toe jam off your toes, and she still ain't gonna never be satisfied.
Who's dog?
Who got Cujo?
I do. I got wild.
Sit his ass down somewhere.
I had to mute you for a minute. Okay, my question though, with you guys talking about this, do you think the men jump in faster than a woman does?
No. Absolutely. Well,
I think so.
No, I'm gonna
I'm
tell
not-
you why we don't.
I
I'm
don't
gonna answer
think,
that one.
wait, okay, go ahead.
No, I don't think every man does. See, what you mean jump in there and jump into another relationship or jump in
Yes.
between some other legs?
Between some other legs.
Okay,
Well, that don't count. That don't count.
No,
that's
that's
what
not
men-
the same
No,
thing. Some
can't-
men try to make a
Hold
relationship
on.
based off of jumping out in between.
Listen,
Hold on,
No,
hold on.
That's what he told you. That's not real either. But go ahead.
Hold on for a minute. So now I can honestly say when I got divorced, I didn't mess with nobody for about 3 or 4 months because I just didn't want headache no more. But
3, 4
what women
months.
will
That's not
do,
really a
because
long
see, when
time.
women
You
get,
mean sex or a relationship?
He said sex, period.
Oh, okay.
hold on.
go ahead.
Okay, you got to give me a minute, light skin, because every time I say something, you keep jumping your light skin
Sorry,
ass up in this
sorry.
conversation. You got to hold
Yeah, we
on for
gotta
a
do
minute.
one at a
I know
time.
you
We gotta
lighter
do
than
one
me,
at a
but
time.
goddamn, you got to give me a break. But anyways, no, but what I'm saying is, I feel like it all depends on if the woman's cheating or the man is cheating. Now, see, if a man cheat on you, from my experience looking at this with men, they're not gonna leave their woman for another woman that they can just go ahead and hit and take advantage of. That we ain't leaving home. Now, a woman, when y'all cheat, y'all get emotionally bonded with this man. So you guys forget about a man, and then so when we trying to work things out with you, y'all always use the word, I checked out a long time ago. Well, why the hell you didn't let me know you checked out? So I could have checked out with your ass. You understand what I'm saying? Or then you guys would get with your dude, and then we have to deal with the aftermath of y'all cheating. So we go a different route. So we feel like this as men. Why should I give another woman
Is it
my heart? Because I'll tell you
not
why.
all men? Not all men.
Hold on. I'm speaking from the men that I know.
Okay.
I can't speak for the world. I'm telling you
Say
who I
that,
talk to.
Mr.
So
80-20.
so what I'm saying is, if a man get cheated on, we're not in a rush to go join another force with another female, even though she might be a good female. And I'm gonna just tell you off top, I trust y'all as far as I can throw your ass. That don't mean that I'm not gonna be with you. That's not gonna mean that I'm not gonna respect you. But I know once you get in your emotions, you are gonna turn around and react on your emotions. And that's just what it is. So when you guys teach, y'all go right into, you go right into another man. You go right into another man because he's telling you to feel good. Telling you to feel good.
Y'all brothers go right into another woman. Stop
No,
playing.
no, the hell we don't. No, listen, we don't go right into it. No, well, actually, we do go right into another woman, but we ain't right into another woman.
Hey, yo, am I still on mute? Am I still on mute?
No,
Am I
you're not.
still on mute?
So that's my thing. Go ahead.
Your camera's off, bro.
I know that.
I'll be wanting somebody to tell you how great you are, and
There you go.
pat you on the back,
But now you're muted.
rub
You're
your
muted.
head and bake you cookies and
That's your
shit.
job.
Bro,
That's
you're
your
muted.
job.
I got it.
Well, what's your,
Oh, you got
sir,
it?
tell me what is your job then? Please enlighten me.
Per-
That's
per-
my
per-
job. What is yours?
Protect and provide.
That's it? That's all you got to do? You can
Oh,
cheat.
no.
You can
No.
beat on them. You
No.
can do whatever the fuck you want as
No, ain't
long as
nobody
you
see
protect
why
and
y'all go to
provide.
that. Ain't nobody talking about beating you.
Okay.
No, I'm asking you a question.
No, ain't no.
I had to calm the situation down because we're losing track off the topic. Y'all stay on track. We know
Reset the room.
Reset
the room.
Issues and the going back and forth with the male female type shit. Like I get it because y'all ain't shit. But what I'm gonna say, I'm just playing. Go ahead, Trav.
Vic, your boy that you was talking about. You said that he moved ladies in with children and all that. My question is, because I don't understand the mindset, why would he be fooling with another woman on short notice and their kids like that? What is he getting out of that after being married to someone else?
You know, I had asked him this, Trav. I said, why don't you give yourself some time? And if you look at this dude, you would never think that he was needy like that. He straight up told me, Vic, I'm needy of a woman. I need a woman in my presence. I like waking up to a woman every morning. I said, but you're costing, this is at a cost, because like I said, as kids involved, they're moving into your house. You got a little decent house. And I go, now you done took this girl out of an apartment and you done moved her 3 or 4 kids in your house with your kids, and now it's like, it looks like a Minute Maid family. And that's what it was, a Minute Maid family, because you made it in a minute. And now when you start seeing the reality of your kids are not the same, I mean, her kids are not disciplined like your kids. Now you got 2 different rules in the house. She might not like the way you discipline. You might not like the way she disciplined. It might be some favoritism in there because you guys have not given you guys as children enough time to bond. Because I'm gonna tell you, you ain't moving your hostages in my house if your hostages don't get along with my hostages, period. Because it's gonna cause a war up in there. Because this is my kids' domain. You are a guest that's seeking refuge. You know what I'm saying? So
But you know,
you're gonna play. Hold on. So I told him, I said, why did you do that? And he told me that he was very needy, and he's a nice looking brother, big, solid, 6'3", nice looking cat. But his heart is tender. And when he went through his divorce,
what do you mean tender though? Why do you call him?
Hold on,
But
Trev.
that's part of the problem. Y'all call him tender.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on. He
Just
has
change the word
a tender
though.
heart. And it confused me because I thought he was a little too tender. But he's at work. I swear to God, he's at work crying tears. Hold on, bro. Let me finish this. He's at work crying tears. And I told him, I pulled him to the side. I said, bro, you need to dry that up. I said, everybody don't need to be in your business. Because see, when I got divorced, no one knew I was divorced for over almost 2 years at my job. They didn't know I was divorced because I'm not taking my heart and putting it out there with everybody and say, oh, poor me. I'm not going to do that. But that's the gist of it. The man had a tender heart. He moved somebody else in. This is the 3rd woman, and he married her. Instant family. But he's never given himself a break. So yeah,
But this is the thing. Not only is that is a trip in its own, but the woman itself, to move her and her children into somebody that she barely knew, that speaks volumes about the actual woman. Because there's no way that I'm gonna date a man and bring them around my children immediately and move in with him or him move in with me within a year. That would never happen. So that has something to say, the insecurity of your friend and in what he found, who was already insecure, probably in an even worse situation. And that alone is just that's a combination that is.
What if you need help with your light bill?
Well, I'm gonna ask you. If I need help with a light bill, I'm gonna ask somebody. But I'm not about to move in with somebody because I need help with bills. I'm not about to do that.
What are those criteria for getting that light bill money?
I mean, I have resources, so I'm not about to move my family in with me and my kids to somebody just to pay a light bill. Or I'm not doing that.
So you got personal standards, and that's cool. But it's a lot of ladies that'll do that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not trying to hate or anything like that. But to me, if I bring a man around my children too soon before I meet this man or get to know this man for real, that's a safety issue for me, and that's a safety issue for my children. So if I've been dating you for 2 months, I'm not bringing you around my kids because I don't know you like that. I think that's trifling, and I think that's moving way too fast. Like that's just way too fast on his part, and that's way too fast on her part.
Two quick points. Vic, you say he had a tender heart. So me and my boys, we call it TD, tender dick.
I was gonna say that.
Because that's my partner.
So that's what we call it.
But that's a derogatory term, right?
It's not derogatory. It's true.
Tender dick is a derogatory joke between men.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
So the last thing is this. Ladies, I want to know, after you've been in a long relationship and it's over, whatever, and you start dealing with a lady, cold turkey that you meet in the street, what advantages to I'm sorry, I can't describe it anyway, a thoroughbred man, is taking care of your sex trophies a benefit to me, your children?
Wait a minute. What?
What? Sex trophy?
What?
Your children are your sex trophies.
Okay, real
He
talk.
said sex trophy.
Trav, hold on. Trav, that's a whole different topic for Sunday. We gonna talk about that. That's a whole
Yeah.
nother topic. Now,
Yeah.
That was funny.
so
Sex trophy.
let me ask you all this.
Oh,
What? Okay, look, I'm gonna mute his ass. Okay, so what is your biggest fear when starting a new relationship? What is your biggest fear? Go ahead, Rory.
Honesty, man.
Okay.
To me, everybody, you got to peel your own onion back, man. And when you're going into a new situation, just be honest about who you are, where you come from, and what your expectations are for your future. You know what I'm saying? That gives people the opportunity to make a fair, adult, conscious decision on whether they want to deal with you or not. That's what I think.
Agreed.
And I ditto that, knowing thyself, because, truly, being in a long-term relationship, we kind of lost ourselves. You know what I mean? So like, again, when I initially said we need to get reacclimated, you kind of get reacclimated to thyself.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question for the ladies, because I've never heard a man say this. What the hell does I lost myself mean?
Oh, I can bring. Okay, hold on. We can go there.
One at a time.
I'm just trying to figure out because see, women, because women use that shit so much.
Okay,
I lost
so let us
myself and I had to
answer.
find myself. Well, what the hell?
So I muted him. So what is the answer? We gonna answer the question. Go ahead, Lanita.
So when I say I've lost myself or I'm finding myself again, that's because if I've been married for 15 years to somebody and I've given this person children and this person's like, okay, I need this from you, I need that from you. And you give that person, you're giving a piece of yourself to this individual for so long, right? To the point where you're proud to stand by this person because of what this person is doing. And everything that you're giving more than self. You're being selfless when you're with somebody for that long. So whether if they ask you to stay home from work and not work and just take care of the kids, whether if you didn't, whether you're going to school or whether you're just supporting their career, you're writing their papers, you're doing all this stuff for them.
Hold on, Tom.
You're losing a part of you because you're building that person up while you sat down. While this person sat down.
Okay, now hold on, Tom.
You already know what I'm
That was
saying,
my
Vic.
question. That was my question. So let me come back on this. Now, what you just said about what you did for the man and the man asked you. So the man does the same exact thing for his woman. We take care, we provide, we protect. Hold on, Tom. Just hold on for a minute. So when that happens is you everything that you just said about what you guys do, the man is doing exactly what you're doing, but in a reverse road. He's providing because he wants you to have this type of lifestyle. I'm not going to ever tell no woman not to work because I want your ass to work because I'm going to need that bankroll as well as you need it. So when you saying lose yourself, how is that losing yourself being a woman of the house?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this.
Okay,
I'm gonna tell you.
Can I just real quick?
Go ahead, Tony.
Say this real quick.
Go ahead, Tony.
Okay, okay. There's the thing that I always say. I think you hear me say it all the time. Everybody hears me say it. I say compatibility, right? So when you're compatible with somebody, some of the things that you're doing, a lot of those things that you're doing, is because that's who you are anyway. But when you do things that aren't of your nature and you're not really compatible, but you're doing these things because you want to be with this man and want to make this situation work, that eventually wears off. You got to be who you are, and you got to be with somebody who you're compatible with. I like this thing is about you, like that about him. So when he says he needs certain things, you be like, yeah, well, I like to do that. That's me anyway. Versus, oh, I can do that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it alone. But that's just,
I mean,
being compatible helps a lot versus conforming to what a person wants.
So
they're trying to get up in there because her face is sour as I don't know what.
Because I'm listening to you guys, and you guys are completely, not all, but you guys are completely assholes. Let me tell you something. When a woman talks, listen, when we get into a marriage or relationship, and this goes for men too, it's just not the women lose themselves, but also the men lose themselves as well. We become complacent in a marriage. Tony, quit shaking your head. We become complacent in a marriage. We get taking care of the husband, the children.
Where does the compatibility come at?
Tony,
Okay, Tony, let her talk.
we forget about ourselves. So when we get lost, and again, men, the same thing for men too. They lose themselves as well. So
Right.
Where does the compatibility come in at?
Tony, hold on.
Where does the compatibility come in at?
Listen.
Okay, go ahead, Nisha. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna say it like this, and y'all can take it however you want to, but I'm gonna say it like this. When you're on an airplane, right, and they tell you, and let's say there's a crisis, what do they tell you to do? They tell you to put your mask on before you help somebody else, right? Right? Right. Hold on. So they tell you put your mask on. So my whole thing is, how can I be the best woman for you to support you, your dreams, and your endeavors if I'm putting mine on the back burner? I'm not taking care of mine. I cannot help you and be a shoulder to lean on for you if my shoulder is dislocated. I have to make sure that I'm happy before I can make you happy. I cannot be whole. I mean, I cannot help you and steer you and nurture you and all of that if I'm not happy and fulfilled with
your ass in a relationship.
You're thinking like a man.
So compatibility doesn't mean
relationship.
anything in relationship.
No. But what I'm saying is that that's why when I got divorced, I was able to just keep it, push it. You feel me? Even though it was detrimental, I cried, I was sad, and all of that shit. But I didn't lose myself for that man. I made sure that I took care of him, and you could call him to this day, and he will tell you I was a good wife.
That's why I lost myself.
But I'm not gonna lose me. I'm not gonna lose me to gain you. I'm not listening to it again. I'm not gonna lose me to gain you.
That's how men think.
Travis, that's how strong, independent women think.
And that's why you black women are the least married.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, can I ask you a question? Are you married?
That's why most black men are pulled out of the home, because black men.
Nisha, lighter than me. Hold on for a minute, baby. Now I agree with you when you said about being happy, because I tell my relative Tone and I tell my sister Nick this all the time. You have to be happy with yourself before you can make anyone happy. Because now here it is, when you said that, if you're not happy, first of all, you should not be in a relationship. So I teach my kids this. It's okay to be selfish to yourself. Love yourself more than you love everyone around you, because without your love for yourself, you cannot show the love for anyone else. You can't. Because what Tone said, the compatibility. Some people will say, when women ask me, what do you want from a woman? I don't even answer that question no more. I say, be yourself, because yourself is going to come out. Because if you play with me, when I say I want a woman to cook, clean, sing, walk around here in G-string, if I say that I want that and you give me that, she's going to be just that. Yeah. Right. She's going to be that until she says, I'm settled. I'm tired of this string up my ass. I'm tired of cooking for you. We about to pop these strudels in the toaster. This is what your ass gonna eat tonight. So when she gets done being the woman that you wanted her to be, then now when Tone talks about the compatibility, now you have to be who you are. You got to come in the game. You can't, because a lot of brothers lie about what they do. A lot of sisters exaggerate what they're going to do. No, stop playing, because just be yourself. Come in the game healthy with yourself. You have to be healthy and love yourself first before you can get into a healthy relationship, because you might destroy another woman that is not as healthy as you, or she might be healthier than you, and you still going to destroy it, because now she's going to have to deal with your ass and your shortcomings. And that's vice versa on a man or a woman.
So we just overran the question I asked, is what is your biggest fear when starting new? So we cutting short on time. So I'm going to tell you the top 4 of those are insecurity, lack of support, not good enough, scared to fail. So those are the top 4 that people that they fear getting in a new relationship.
Okay, in 10 seconds. I'm going to ask you now, Nick.
No, don't ask me shit.
No, I'm gonna ask you now, and then because I want everyone to
I
ask
fear
you.
somebody playing with me. That's my biggest thing. Don't play with me. That's
No,
it. Don't play.
what she just said right now, what she just said, I want everybody to take 20 seconds to answer that question, and I want you to start first, Nick.
Hmm. I would say lack of support.
Okay.
I fear lack of support.
What?
Just with, I've always been like the provider. I hate to, I'm putting my life on blast, which I speak my truth, that's fine. But I feel like if someone's trying to do something and I am trying to do something at the same time, I feel like I'm supposed to be supporting that person, but I don't get the same in return. As far as bills go and stuff like that, if I'm paying the bills, what else are you doing in the household to accommodate, because I pay those bills? You know what I'm saying? So I fear lack of support. Now I'm engaged right now, y'all. I am. And we are good.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But he wants to get married right now. I'm good right now. I believe in time. I always tell him this, and so it's not even a joke. I love Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. Rest in peace. But I love their relationship because to me and my biological brother used to always say, we will never get married. That was our bond. I broke the code. I got married. So I was like, okay, well, I broke the code. Oh, well, 10 years later.
On 20 seconds.
Yeah. 10 years later, boom. Okay, my bad. That is a long 20 seconds. So that's a whole nother topic. So we're going to go on to the next one.
Okay.
What were the four again? It was lack of support, insecurity,
not good enough, and scared to fail.
And scared to fail.
But the question was, what is your biggest fear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I chime in? I know I can tell you my biggest fear.
Okay.
Go ahead.
A motherfucker playing with me. And what I mean by playing with me is what's your name again when you said about I forget the brother's name again, and we'll keep calling me lighter than him.
That would be Vic.
Vic, when you said about be who you are, that's the thing. Be who you are. Like, so many people come lying, and see, when you come lying about your situation, lying about who you are, and you're letting me meet your representative, then you're taking my choice away of who, because you're presenting something to me and you're taking my choice away by lying to me, and I'm basing my position, my movement, and my thoughts and my interactions and my progress and how I'm moving with you based off of this misrepresentation. You're taking my choice away when you lie to me, when you play with me. So that's my biggest thing, because I'm not gonna lie to you about who I am, what I am. I know my character flaws. I know my pluses. I know my cons. My minuses. So I'm not gonna misrepresent myself to you. You either gonna respect it or reject it. You're gonna fuck with it or you not. But I'm not gonna come putting on this show, trying to make you think I'm something that I'm not. So I just don't want nobody playing with me. That's my biggest thing. Don't play with me.
Okay,
go play with your kids, play with your nose, play with your mama. Don't play with me.
We're gonna go down the panel. 20 seconds. What's your biggest fear? Lanita?
Go ahead.
Oh. Did
you want to go?
Yeah.
Are you asking the men or the women this question?
I'm asking everybody. What's your biggest fear? 20 seconds.
I don't know. I think it's, for
like,
me,
or not good enough, or scared to fail.
All four. I mean, it's a combination. I'm not even gonna lie, it's a combination. And especially what I've been through, it's all four. It's legit all four. And that's why when I have the reservations that I have, you have to take time in order to get back out there, because what I'm not gonna do is blame somebody else for what somebody else did and how I feel. So if I have an insecurity, I need to rebuild that. If I feel I'm not good enough because I was treated as such, I need to rebuild that in myself. So for me personally, it's all four.
Gotcha. Trav?
those answers again you said?
Insecurity, lack of support, not good enough, scared to fail.
None of those things, in my opinion, pertain to men. Those are women answers. So
That's bullshit. That's men too.
no, it's not.
Stop
No, it's
that.
not.
This-
No, that
this-
comes
Oh,
from
hell, don't get his ass
Uncle
started.
Trav, you perfect, huh? You perfect, huh?
because we don't think like
perfect,
that.
No, Trav, stop speaking for all.
80-20.
Okay, so Nick, this is
Why
what
the
I
fuck
do.
you lying? Why you always lying?
Hey, this
That's
is what
still
I'm gonna
good
do.
Kool-Aid for women.
Hey,
Hold
Trav,
on,
and
hold on.
hey,
Let me
Trav,
hold on, Vic.
hold on, Nick.
What is your insecurity? What do you feel? What do you fear?
With what? A woman?
What do you fear? What is your biggest fear starting in a new relationship? You fear nothing?
No, not really.
Okay, go ahead, Vic.
I mean, but let me say this, but we are who we are. So if you are a man that is a provider
You
or a
are
protector,
who you are.
we are men. I mean, all of us.
You,
All of us.
you, not all. You. That's why you muted. Go ahead, Vic.
Okay, listen, you can't be muting nobody. Listen.
No, his phone mute. I didn't mute him.
Okay,
Talking about.
listen, Nick. I agree with Trav, and I'm gonna just speak for him and I right now, because I don't think like that going into another relationship. I don't have no insecurities going into another relationship. For the simple fact is, I know exactly who I am.
Okay.
I know exactly Hold on, Nick. You asked me a question, I'm giving you an answer.
One
Excuse
thing
me?
you're insecure about. Fuck a relationship. What is one thing you're insecure about?
You said about getting into a new relationship.
Well, I'm saying one insecure thing that you feel about
you can't change the rules in the middle of a play, Nicole.
Yes,
You
I
asked the question was,
you guys are too perfect and you're not insecure about
No, we're not
Nicole,
like
wait a
women.
minute, Nicole, hold on. You asked the question, what is your insecurities about entering a new relationship? You cannot change the rules in the middle of a play because it does not suit you. Hold on, I'm gonna mute your ass. Hold on. So what I'm saying is, so you
Why
can't.
you always
So
lying?
what I'm saying is, I'm going to agree with Trav on this. I would say the men that I know,
y'all are
we don't go into, oh my God, what am I going to do in this next relationship? I know when I go into a new relationship that I am the Black Superman. I am going to be the best version of me and not worried about what happened to me in my past relationship. Because if I did that, y'all wouldn't have a motherfucking prayer on earth fucking with a nigga like me. Because I'd be a scandalous, dirty dog. So, but I don't do that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, when I go into a new relationship, I make sure that I'm rebuilt myself. I made sure that I have conquered my faults in the past relationship. What can I do different? Should I do some more? Can I be more patient?
This
can
show
I be
is another long
understand?
20 seconds.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's just, that's what it is. You can't say that men, because Travis said we don't go into relationships like that, and we don't.
But there is shit that you're leery about. You rebuild you're not leery.
But if you're saying that you're rebuilding yourself, then there's something that you were insecure about that you have to reevaluate.
I'm not going into that next relationship with that. That's why I've rebuilt myself, so I don't go into the next relationship. No,
it's not.
You said
okay, so what is it called?
Listen,
fine tuning greatness.
Okay.
Man, you don't knock it off.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
We're not like y'all.
I'm gonna ask y'all a question. And this goes.
I never got the answer to the last question.
I'm about to say the same thing, Tony B. I ain't get the answer.
No, it pertains to these two, the way they think. So my question is, if you feel like you're not insecure about starting a new relationship with anything, let's say you start this relationship and you are 6 years in, you're 10 years in, you're 15 years in, and then all of a sudden you see a switch in your woman, your wife, your girlfriend.
Okay, can I answer?
Okay, let Tony go ahead, Tony.
Fire him.
You basically gave my answer that I was gonna give. My biggest concern is somebody not being real and switching up on me. And at this point in time in my life, as complicated as I am, that's going to be easy to spot because a lot of people ain't even going to think like me anyway. So I'm just being a real, I know what that. So just don't try to conform to be what I like. Be who you are. And if you are, we can go forward with it, but don't have me going forward thinking that you're somebody that you're really not. And then 2 or 3 years down the line, you don't like how I think or what I do. Because
Exactly.
this is who I am. So that's my biggest concern. Don't flip the script on me and act like you're somebody that you're really not to get me locked in. And now all of a sudden you done turned into somebody else. And I know if you're being fake because like I say, I'm not the average thinker. The way I think, the way I view things, a lot of people will disagree and I'm fine with that. Just be who you are. And if I like you, we can move forward. If you're not, we're not doing it. So that's mine. Roll, it's on you, bro. You've
Rory,
been
go ahead.
patiently.
20
And all I was gonna say was it goes back to my last answer, honesty, right? Just give me the opportunity to make a conscious decision as an adult whether I want to deal with it or not, and I'm gonna give you the same. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 because sometimes honesty it hurts people's feelings, but it needs to be said. The hard conversations are the ones that need to be had. You understand what I'm saying? Just keep it 100. Keep it 100. Everybody on the same page.
You know,
It's
and
like when you go buy a car,
say,
man.
Everybody say keep it 100, but
But I agree with you, Vic. I mean, even in what Vic was saying, you know, men feel this way, that way. Everybody's different, man. So these conversations can run for hours and hours and hours.
But no one keeps it a
hold
buck,
on,
bro.
hold on.
No, but I agree.
No,
I agree
people
with you,
do
my
keep
brother.
it a buck.
I
keep it a buck. I get hated on for keeping it a buck
do.
in situations.
I will.
I understand the real ones, and I always tell people,
Go ahead, Trav.
you gonna stop muting
Go
me,
ahead,
homie.
Trav.
I was gonna say this to Vic, Ro, and Tony B, bro, and to the other fellas that's out there watching this. If you are a true thoroughbred man and about business and stay about business all the time, you ain't gotta own a business, but if you're about yourself, your family, your purpose, and all that, if you're doing that, and I'm saying this, and I mean this to the heart, and you do take up and get in a serious relationship with a woman, know this, fellas, you are doing her a favor, and that's 100 you are. I mean,
Okay, that's your opinion. Okay, y'all.
no,
I'm not gonna stop. Listen, I'm not gonna stop recording, but I'm gonna close. I mean, I'm gonna stop recording, but I'm not gonna shut us down. In conclusion, y'all, if you start a new relationship, be upfront and honest about your fears. Learn how to feel your feelings. Choose a worthy partner. Know that it's okay to be vulnerable. Always understand that it takes time to heal. Most importantly, value yourself most in the process. I appreciate y'all. Subscribe to L.U.S.T. Let Us Speak Truth on YouTube, and we're out of here.
Peace.
Yeah, let's stop.